Hello my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're talking about my September favorites and fails. In today's video I have a good mix of makeup, skincare, and fun lifestyle items to share with you. If this is your first time here on my channel, hello, my name is Eve. I love all things beauty. Here on my channel I share about beauty and lifestyle, and if that sounds interesting to you, I hope you enjoy this video. Stick around, subscribe to my channel, and now without further ado, let's dive into my September favorites and fails. So before we get started, guys, I wanted to give you a small side note. If you hear the background noise, is my dog Gus. He is my baby Weimaraner. He is a 90-pound baby Weimaraner. He is here in the room sleeping, and he is a loud snorer. He's with me at all times. Whenever I'm at home, he always needs to be next to me, but whenever I'm filming, he's always here, and a lot of times he's just sleeping. But I did not realize how loud sometimes he is, and a few on my previous videos when I was editing them, I was like, oh my goodness, he's so loud. And so I just wanted to briefly mention it in this video because you will be hearing him snoring. I wanted to start from few skincare products that I discovered in the past month, and I've been really loving them. The first one, you guys, is the new SPF lotion that I discovered. It's actually also a new launch. I saw it pop up on Ulta app and I purchased it. It seemed by description and sounded very appealing to me. So this is a new SPF 50 lotion from L'Oreal, and this is called Bright Reveal Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 50. First of all, very cute packaging, and once you open it, there is a nozzle. It does have a really nice liquidy formula, as you can see here, and once you blend it out, it just goes into skin really nicely. What I love the most about it, it has a very nice thin lotiony texture. It absorbs into your skin really fast, and then it does not leave too much shine. For my combination oily skin, it's very important. This wears really well under the makeup. Really high quality product. Another skincare item that I have been really loving is this. It's a milkshake hyaluronic acid and squalane facial toner mist from Beekman 1802. This product is super nice. It adds hydration to your skin. So as you can see here, the product separates, so you will need to shake it really well before spraying it on your face. This gives a really beautiful hydration. However, it doesn't make me greasy. Very nice mister. This portion also unscrews, so you can easily open it and pour it into a travel size container. So this is what I personally did when I had my recent trip to Europe. I actually had it in a small travel size spray for being on the plane, because whenever I fly, especially for longer flights, my skin gets so dehydrated. So this is what I had on the plane with me this time, and I loved it. So another product that I wanted to mention, I will kind of talk about them together because they're from the same brand. Two serums from NOMAD Cosmetics. This is the niacinamide, 4% niacinamide and 1% vitamin C. This one is 1.5% hyaluronic peptide plus vitamin B5. So both of these are glass bottles. Both of them have glass droppers for ease of application. I love the quality of both of these products. I've really liked this hyaluronic acid. I think it makes my skin really nice and hydrating and plump. However, unfortunately, I do have a fail in this category for this month. This is a lash serum from the brand Indeed Labs. It's called Pepta Lash 2. This is basically your lash serum that helps to hydrate your lashes, to help them grow, become fuller, thicker, etc. I can't speak of the formula just yet because I haven't used the entire tube yet. I'll definitely keep you updated once I completely out of this. However, the packaging is super faulty on this product. So it's made in a marker shape basically, right? So you would twist this bottom portion for the product to be pushed out through this little applicator. To my opinion, this applicator should have been a brush. However, this tip is hard as a marker. Like, think of a highlighter. So whenever you twist this tip and the liquid comes out, it just straight up drops nowhere. It's just, there's nothing that's holding the liquid on the tip. So for that reason, I actually cannot use this on my lashes because this whole entire drop just drops into my eyes, and it's actually getting into my eyes and irritates my eyes. So I can only use this on my eyebrows, and I would do a tiny, almost like a half of a turn, and then hold it literally right here so it doesn't drop any further. And if it does drop, it drops on my brow area. So it's very faulty packaging. So now let's talk about our favorite category, and let's talk about makeup. So the first item that I want to talk about is this face palette from Hourglass. I got the jellyfish design because it reminds me of my hometown. I grew up in a small town in Russia. I'll put the name for you guys if you ever wanted to look it up. My hometown is absolutely beautiful. It's It's right on the Black Sea coast. We have this beautiful sea and this beautiful like city along a boardwalk that was rebuilt. It is just so beautiful and lovely. And we have this gorgeous mountains, and just the views are so stunning between the water and the mountains. I love my hometown. But when I saw this design, I was like, yeah, this is it. This is an inside color story. I've already used this on camera for you guys to show you how it looks on my skin. This is my first time trying powder products, any of these powder products from Hourglass, and I have to say that I like them a lot. I like them a lot. It's a very beautiful thin formula. Almost reminds me of like baked formulas. Some of these shades were new and some of them were existing, but I really was impressed by the formula. I just have to say that I really like the bronzer. I really like the blushes. In my try on video, I did use this blush and I wasn't so sure about the undertone of this blush. However, this is a very pretty blush. It works really well. I really like using this one on its own because I do like how nice and like youthful it almost looks on skin. However, when I use this one, I usually top it off with this one, so it does have like a little bit of like a fresher touch to it. So the formulas of these blushes I was actually surprised by. They are very nicely buildable, so you can definitely do like a very light wash of it, or you can definitely build them up and have like very nice bright cheeks. So this strobing powder slash highlighter is absolutely stunning. It's beautiful, it's bright, it's very smooth, it looks very glossy on skin. This is up my liking completely. So the other two favorites for this month are these two products from Persona. This one is a bronze multi-stick, and then I have a blush multi-stick. So this a bronzing multi-stick is in the shade Mojave. This is a very nice light shade of a bronzer. I almost would want to say it's kind of like on the edge between the bronzer and the contouring shade. I am wearing this bronzer today, and I really like this formula. This is just so effortless, you guys. So I'm at my palest self going into untanned fall and winter for all my pale babes out there. So, and the formula is excellent. And then as far as the blush, I got mine in the shade Guava. They just recently launched 2 new shades, but I think this was an existing shade. Let me swatch this for you here. Oh, this is so pretty. I am wearing this blush also today, and this is the shade. Look how beautiful it is. It's kind of like orangey coral, but also looks like a burnt color. And it does have a little bit of shine to the formula. However, it's also buildable. It blends effortlessly. There's a lot of pigment too, so I would say go a little bit lighter handed if you do not want too much of it. Such a beautiful formula. I'm glad I tried it. Another blush that I wanted to talk about is also a cream formula. This is from Makeup Revolution Fast Base Blush Cream color for cheeks and lips, and this is in the shade Peach. The color that goes on your skin and the color of the tube match completely. This is the formula that's a little bit more sheer and a little bit more glowy, and this is not something that I even have in my collection. I feel like most of my cream and liquid blushes are a little bit more pigmented, like matte formulas. This is a very unique formula to my personal collection. I actually had my eyes on this blush for quite some time. I know it's not new product by all means, but I also created a reel on my Instagram, and I think it also went out on my TikTok where I applied it, so you can see the application and the shade there and the brush that I use with it. Even though it is a slightly bit glowier hydrating formula, the pigment stays the entire day. It doesn't wear off, it doesn't disappear. So this last month I also discovered these two pencils from Nabla. They are called Cupid's Arrow Full Color Stylo. I had mine in the shade Arrow number 2 brown and Arrow number 6 blue. These are so stunning. Besides that the shades are just exactly what the outer packaging color is, these two are such an exceptional quality. These are your true like gel pencil formulas that literally glide on your skin and also go beautifully on your waterline. Beautifully, without you barely even putting pressure on the product. And it also gives you a little bit of time to smudge it, like comfortable time to go ahead and smudge your eyeliner if you need to. I love these. Think of like love in capital letters. The application with these two pencils is just so effortless. Quality is just top notch. This product is definitely making into like my best products of the year. 100%. Another liner that I have been really loving. This is the liquid liner from L'Oreal. It's called L'Oreal Infallible Grip Precision Felt Liner. I got mine in the shade brown, and this is a felt tip liner, and this is a felt tip applicator, and this is the brown that I've been looking for. I think I actually finally found the brown shade of liquid eyeliner that's affordable, that does the job for me, that doesn't fade, doesn't crinkle, doesn't dry out, and is comfortable to apply. The tip is also really nice and pointed if you prefer that thinner line. I have no issues with this liner. It's perfect. I've been using it pretty much on a daily basis. So very unexpected products that I'm gonna just talk about to you and may come to a surprise to some of you, for some of you guys who've followed me for a long time. And I picked up these two palettes. They came from Amazon. I purchased them as a set. They are available separately if you wanted to. These are basically your magnetic palettes, magnetic empty palettes. They both have mirrors in them. So this one has a mirror, and then the larger palette also has a really nice mirror. So out of this larger palette, I depotted some of my blushes and one bronzer. I may talk about this situation in some other of my organizational and decluttering videos. You will see this palette in later videos, I promise you. But anyway, I just turned this palette into my face palette, if you will. And this 9-pan palette, I turned into a small traveling palette. Some of my singles from Nabla Liberty System. I have some Natasha Denona here and some Lunar Beauty. They're really good quality and they have mirrors and they're super, super cute. I actually ordered one much larger one that should be delivered to me in a few days. I will probably show it to you in some of my upcoming videos. I also want to do a quick shout out to the very favorite brushes that I've been using quite a bit lately. These two brushes, they are from the face set from the Alter Ego. I do have a code with Alter Ego if you ever wanted to save money. All my affiliate codes, all my discount codes are always in the description box of all my videos and in the Instagram header. So these two brushes, they are number 3 angled brush and a number 4 brush. So I'm going to start from this one. This is a little bit more in a smaller frame around brush, and it's somewhat flat, but not too flat. It has a little bit of a curve here. So this is a perfect brush for smaller area of applications for your blushes. I would just go directly here if I want maybe like a concentrated color in certain areas. Or I also like this for my bronzer and a contour. Like I can just go directly here with my contouring product. And then this number 3 brush is wonderful because it's a little bit more on a smaller frame again, still angled, and it's very nice and fluffy. Both of these brushes are super nice and soft, and this angle brush can apply your cream blushes, cream bronzers. You can even use it for your contour products like right here. Okay guys, now let me share my lifestyle favorites for the month of September. I do have quite a few this month, and some of these products are so much fun and I really can't wait to share them with you. So the main one that's an absolute favorite for this month that happened to me that I got to experience is, of course, me and my boyfriend traveled to Europe. We visited London and Paris, where I will be doing a separate chit-chatty get ready with me video where I will just share more of the inside details of our trip. And then I will also do a completely separate video that is more of like a tips and a roundup of our trip. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you, of course, subscribe so you won't miss that video coming out. So I just wanted to mention it here because it's a very, very big subject and it was absolutely incredible. It was just such an incredible trip that brought so much joy to us. It was me and my boyfriend's anniversary, and we like to travel on our anniversary, of course, whenever we can. So this trip was planned out ahead of time. We were like wrapping our minds and wallets around that trip. Both of those places have been on our bucket list and our wish list to visit one day, and it was just incredible going there, learning about history, learning about culture, experiencing everything firsthand. So that was incredible. So if you'd like to hear more of my thoughts, make sure you're subscribed and keep an eye on those 2 videos that I am still going to post maybe in the next few weeks. So since we're talking about traveling, I did want to mention some of my favorite travel accessories that came with me on my trip. I do have a separate video where I talk about all my favorite essential traveling accessories and things that I like to bring with me traveling either by car or mostly on the planes. However, I wanted to do a shout out to this guy right here. I've already spoken about it in one of my favorites videos, but guys, I love this thing so much. I know there are different designs that exist of this kind of item, but this one just works so wonderfully for me. This is a reading light. It is chargeable, so you would charge this, and this holds the battery for so long. This is a very portable item. It folds into a pretzel, but you can unfold this, put it on your neck. And so these handles just bend any direction you want it. Here in the back, there is a button that you can click and change the temperature of the light. So it goes from the daylight to blue light to a warm light. And here are the other 2 buttons On the sides, there are other two buttons that gives you the intensity of the light. So this is a considerably new item to me, so it was not included in my video that I just mentioned earlier. This came so handy on the plane because we flew to London and back with overnight flights. And if you've ever traveled with overnight flights, you know that the lights go off pretty much right away as soon as the plane starts taking off, and the lights stay off pretty much the entire flight because people are sleeping overnight, obviously. This came in super handy on a plane without me bothering people around me. I love, love, love this. I use it at home every single day when I read. And then, yeah, definitely a must-have accessory. So since we're talking about the book, I still wanted to do a quick shout out because I've already talked about these book darts before. So this little tin comes with a bunch of them. They basically look like paper clips. They're really nice and flat, and they go on the page of your book. They are really nice and tight, but not too tight to like rip off a page or damage the page of the book. So whenever you stop reading, and if it's like in the middle of the chapter, so you don't lose that specific part where you stopped, so you just clip it to the page exactly on the area where you stopped, and super helpful, so you will never lose the area where you stopped reading. And it also serves as a bookmark at the same time, and it never falls out of your book because it's really nice and tight on your page. So I really have been loving these. Another book accessory that I discovered in the month of September, super cheesy, but believe me or not, it works. So this is this device that is a page holder. So you basically just put this on your book like this, and it holds the pages for you. The handles here are extendable, so I like to use this when I read in the morning because I like to have my coffee, and whenever I hold my coffee I like to have my hands available. So I would just put this on the book, and the book would be laying in front of me with open pages, and it's just so convenient. It's one of those things that you didn't know you needed, but then once you have it, you're happy you have it. So since we're talking about the books, I'm going to show you the book that I just recently finished, and this is Deeper Than Money from Chloe Ellis. Chloe Ellis is a young lady. I think she is in her late 20s, and she is an CEO and founder of the global financial literacy company that's called Deeper Than Money. So basically she wrote the book based on the business that she's running. So this is not your typical like boring financial books. This is a book that covers a lot of like basic pillars of your financial knowledge, even though she does talk straight up about financial things like how to set up your different accounts, how to open a Roth IRA, what's a credit score and why it is important, and how to protect your assets, etc., etc. So all the basic pillars of your financial knowledge, something that is essential, where to begin with and how to continue with it. So it's very interesting how she just lays it out in like very simple way, let's say. But the majority of this book is focused on your mindset, on changing your mindset, on evolving your mindset. She basically tries to change this negative mindset of thinking about finances and money generally, and turn it into a positive, beneficial thinking. So the approach that she takes on this book is more of like a life coach, you know, one of those like financial old school books when they just say, don't do this, don't do that, you're not doing this right, you're not doing that right, basically building that shame and guilt into you. I think like this book would be beneficial to a lot of people to read because, like I said, financial literacy is available, but it's not that available. Most of us would know, like especially if you're my generation, you know that it was not available to us just like that, unless you're going specifically and taking specific classes in college or like paying for that specific financial education. No one's teaching you that, like really no one's teaching you that. You are on your own, honey. And if you're not a reader, if you do not have access to this book, she has a podcast that is called Deeper Than Money, but in her podcast she would still discuss a lot of the topics that were discussed in this book. Since we're still talking about the books, I wanted to share this fun app with you. It's called Libby app. If you have a library card, you would log into your Libby app, put in your library card, and you have access to literally unlimited amount of books and magazines and any type of articles, also literature on different languages. I have been so excited to go back to reading in Russian. Here and there I would talk to my family and friends in my own native language. However, I noticed that a lot of times I just lose touch with my own language. I really have been feeling like I needed to go back to maybe reading some classic literature that I maybe missed out on in my high school years. There are also a ton of audibles, like if you are not a reader but you like audiobooks, everything is on that app. So another product that I wanted to share with you today, which is probably one single most important item that is currently in my life. Every time I would sit down to film my monthly favorites, I was like, I need to talk about this item, I need to talk about this item. But then I would always forget because it's in my bedroom and I would always forget to bring it here. So I will still post a picture for you here on the screen, but this is my pillow. Okay, so this is a pillow that I got for myself for Christmas, and I just have been loving this so much. It just makes such a huge difference for me. If you know of you know, this is whole another story if I go into like my sleeping pattern, my insomnia, all that stuff that is a part of my life that I constantly struggle with. But having a good pillow cannot be any more important, or having a good mattress is also very important, but the pillow is so important, at least for me. And I wanted to share this with you because this is an amazing pillow, one, and second, it is very affordable. So this is the pillow. This is how big it is. So this pillow is a standard size. If I don't have a good support on my neck, I get instant headaches, instant straining in my neck right here in my shoulders. Before I found this pillow, I will tell you, I ordered 2 more before that and I sent them back because they were just all these intricate shapes, and they would say that they would do all these amazing things for you while you sleep, and they didn't, and they were uncomfortable. This is a little bit more simplified shape, but it has so much comfortable support for my head and neck. And it's actually, I am a side sleeper and I'm now a back sleeper because of this pillow. I was never able to fall asleep on my back ever. Sleeping on your back is the healthiest for your body and your skeleton. This has been probably the single best change that happened to me health-wise this year. All right, guys, these are all the products that I have been loving in the past month. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any additional questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below this video. I would love to chat with you there. If you enjoyed this video, give this a big thumb up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. And thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.